welcome. If you've seen my videos before or are a current subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. A little bit about myself. My name is Adriana. I am a certified personal trainer. And here on my YouTube channel, I talk about PCOS, my PCOS journey, fitness, workouts, some of my favorite recipes and how to cook them. And that's kind of about it. But in one of my previous videos, if you haven't seen it, but I haven't seen it yet, I talk about common diets for PCOS. And one of those diets that I did mention is the anti-inflammatory diet. So, drum roll. That was a terrible drum roll, but that is what we're talking about today. So here's what we're gonna cover. What is an anti-inflammatory diet? How does it affect PCOS? How does a typical anti-inflammatory diet look like? And some of the pros and cons of it. So a couple of quick notes before we get into it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe this video. It really does help me grow as a channel, reach out more women just like yourself. They're looking for information about PCOS, or individuals who are just curious on what PCOS is and things around PCOS, whether you have a significant other, a sibling, relative, friend who has PCOS, and you're just trying to learn a little bit more about it, or you're just curious, so what do I do for my PCOS, or any information I may be saying, because I know there's a lot of information out there, especially when you start Googling, and a lot of research there as well. Also, if you do enjoy this type of content, I do have an Instagram and a TikTok. I'll go ahead and put the handles right there if you want to look me up. I post on my YouTube and on my Instagram weekly. TikTok, I post mostly almost every single day. So if you want to consume more content, those are great places to see me as well. But YouTube is going to be our longer versions of content because I get to cover a lot more, especially with the amount of time I have to cover and talk, versus TikTok's like 30, 60 seconds and some 3-minute videos. And then Instagram's mostly captions, written captions, fun templates too. You could always save and download, like I make little graphs, so that's always fun. But again, I highly recommend hitting that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. So let's go ahead and get started in today's topic. What is an anti-inflammatory diet? To start, an anti-inflammatory diet is not really a set diet or like a strict regimen. It's more of a style of eating. An anti-inflammatory diet focuses more on eating whole grains, lean protein, seafood, healthy fats, spices, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, and it limits the consumption of red meats and alcohol, along with no processed foods. But there is research that shows that focusing on certain dietary changes can help with inflammation in the body and certain medical conditions such as arthritis. Certain foods can trigger or make inflammation worse, increase insulin levels, oxidative stress, and cause weight gain. The anti-inflammatory diet focuses on a lot of the foods that have antioxidants in them. So why is it important? Why are antioxidants important? So antioxidants fight chemicals known as free radicals, that can lead to cell damage. The damage in the cells increases risk of inflammation. So how does the anti-inflammatory diet work or affects PCOS? So let's first mention this. There are two main anti-inflammatory diets. One's going to be the Mediterranean diet. The other is going to be the DASH diet. So these are the two most common ones. And when it comes down to the PCOS, we know that inflammation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance is a concern. So removing refined, processed, sugary, inflammatory foods have been shown to improve PCOS symptoms. Now, there was a 3-month study done on the effects of anti-inflammatory diet on PCOS. We all love when there's research, like actual test studies and cases. You could actually pull up information. So this is wonderful. So going into it, there's a 3-month study. The diet they focused on using was a Mediterranean diet. So the diet focused on the following: low calorie, low fat, low saturated fat. They use foods part of the low glycemic index. So the low glycemic index are foods that slowly raise your blood sugar levels. We love that for insulin resistance. Moderate to high fiber, fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil, legumes, herbs, green tea, vegetables, and spices. So it's 3 months. What are the results? So the results have came in. Women lost weight, improved their cholesterol, blood pressure, and inflammatory markers. A percentage of more than half of these women regained their menstrual cycle. Sounds phenomenal. I love it. So the pros of an anti-inflammatory diet is that it reduces inflammation. It's not a restricted diet, so there's a lot of recipes you can make, like literally abundant amount, and that you could enjoy, along with being able to go out to restaurants, and it's easier to enjoy your social life, and it helps with weight loss and disease prevention. Now we come to some of the drawbacks, and honestly, there's not too many when it comes to this diet. So if you have certain allergies or food sensitivities, such as nuts, shellfish, or gluten, this could be a little difficult to follow, and it can get expensive. So buying certain foods, such as fish, organic products, that could add up in costs. Now, it is important to get a registered dietitian or a doctor to write out a plan for you, especially if you get overwhelmed easily. So this is where some of the cons are coming in. If you get overwhelmed easily, because there are no formal guidelines when it comes to an anti-inflammatory diet. So it's not like your vegan diet, your vegetarian diet, your dairy and gluten-free. Like, this is a very, again, it's not a restrictive diet. There's a lot of foods you could choose from. So again, there's an abundant amount of choices to make. So again, going back to some of the cons, not only that, but there can be a risk of some nutrient deficiencies, since there are dairy products that will be, depending on which one you do, whether it's a DASH or a Mediterranean, your dairy products will either be completely avoided or you'll be able to take them in limited amounts in a diet. But I'll go ahead and get into that list a little later on in the video, so like in about a minute. If you've enjoyed this video so far, it really does help to like and subscribe, as it allows me to make more videos like this and get more information out there. Plus, I truly appreciate it. So let's get into foods that are part of the anti-inflammatory diet. So fresh fruit and vegetables. So you're gonna have your broccoli, your cauliflower, your spinach, you're gonna have strawberries, blueberries. Then we got our plant-based proteins, such as chickpeas, lentils. That's all part of the anti-inflammatory diet. Your fish. So we got salmon, we got herring, we got trout, we got orange rugby. You can see where this is starting to, this is a pretty big selection to choose from when they talk about a diet being abundant. There's even more foods you could have. Whole grains, oatmeal, brown rice, whole wheat bread, pasta, nuts, seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds, foods in high omega-3s, your avocados, your olive oil. You could have green tea. You could have limited amounts of red wine and moderate consumption of dark chocolate. Again, there's a lot of choices here to make. So let's look at some of the foods to avoid. Now, so this particular food group I just mentioned about a minute ago, you're going to either completely avoid it or you're going to limit it. So we're going to just put this as a section of called foods you can have in moderation. So depending on which diet you're doing, DASH or Mediterranean, but dairy, so cheese, butter, milk, yogurt, and also some red meats you can have in moderation in these diets. So no overconsumption, just here and there, that's great. But foods to definitely avoid in this diet, anything that's refined and processed. I think this is like overall just general health. Refined foods, refined carbohydrates, processed foods, so pastries, cookies, anything I like to say that's part of like the Wonder Bread of food groups. Please avoid that. When it's refined, a lot of nutrients are stripped from it. Sugary drinks, energy drinks, other types of sweets, processed meats such as sausages, hot dogs, pre-made meals that you sometimes buy at grocery stores in the frozen section, fast food, fried foods. Those are all no-goes. And that's pretty much almost every single diet, and probably anything a doctor will, I think it's something all doctors would agree on. So the anti-inflammatory diet does have benefits when it comes to PCOS. So, and again, there's research backing up. I was pretty excited talking about this diet. But again, always talk to your registered dietitian or to your doctor when it comes to choosing the right diet for you, especially when it comes to a medical condition like PCOS, whether this is the right course of action for you to take. So we did go over a lot of things today, and I feel like we went over it pretty quickly. Maybe I was just talking super fast or time's flying, I'm not sure. But it could be all of the above. But we did go over a lot of information, and just like researching this diet, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should a little bit do more of a focus on this diet into my own personal life. Because it sounds more like a lifestyle I could definitely adhere to, especially with the abundant amount of food I could still enjoy. But let me know in the comments what you think about this diet. Is this something you're interested in? Is this something you're currently doing? Do you have a friend who's doing this? What are your thoughts about it? Do you think you could do it? Do you think you're not? I think it's very doable. Yeah, but drop your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear it. And if you've enjoyed this video and like to see more videos like this, and definitely if you don't want to miss out on future videos, they're part of my Talking PCOS series. I am also coming out with more workout videos. So if you don't want to miss out on that, I recommend hitting that notification button and the subscribe button. It is a free way to support this channel, and I truly appreciate it. And I'm gonna wrap things up here. I did mention in my previous video, so I'm recording all these in one day as much as I can because I am in the process of moving a lot of boxes. But the other side of this camera, my current apartment is like a whole mess. So maybe that's why I'm talking fast today, because there's like a lot going on in my life. But I'm gonna wrap this up here, and I really appreciate the support. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.